There's a bunch of hydration packs out there, like a lot of brands. Everyone seems to make one. I guess if you're an enduro or a trail rider or an adventure rider, you know, you're going to want some sort of hydration system on your back. So look, this one that the MX Store guys and Ballard's Off-Roaders brought out, I think is worthy of mention because it's got some pretty interesting features, and it comes in with a supersonic price. And we reckon it's, you know, I've worn the thing now for about 20, 25 times or something like that over the last 3 or 4 months. Both mountain biking and on the dirt bike, and yeah, I reckon it's one of the best value for money packs on the market. Why? Well, $79.95 to start with. Most packs with these sort of features and with this sort of capacity come from in that sort of 100 to 150 type of range. So let's just talk about a few of those features, and I guess probably the most important one is the 4-point harness system. Usually synonymous with Uzi, the Swedish brand, who talks about the no dancing monkey. But this harness system just straps it to your back, and it stops it from flapping around. You don't have chafing under your arms. It spreads the load a lot more. You've got elastics on either side here, so it actually conforms your body when you're moving around and you're active. These things are specifically made for action sports. So that in itself is, having a 4-point harness system in itself, I think it makes any hydration system 10 times better than the old traditional ones where you've got this horrible strap around your waist, you've got a buckle there, it pinches you and you generally get a little bit of chafing. So that's a big one. The other thing obviously is the cargo. So aside from the main compartment, what I really like about this one is it's got 3 neoprene pockets. So the cool thing is they're stretchy. So you can put odd shaped things in there. There's an old banana that in there for a couple of months, it sounds like. But so the 3 outer pockets are all stretchy like that, in particular because it gives you extra cargo space. In particular, I'm about to drop all my Allen keys. I like this bottom pocket. I haven't seen any of the other hydration packs with this down here, because what it does, it allows you to put a lot of that heavier stuff down here out of the way. Stretchy, so quite often if you have that in a pocket here and you have your phone in here, it bashes into your phone and you've got tools going through your phone. That's nice, and it also keeps the weight nice and low and cool on you, and low on your back as well. And again, stops it flapping around. The adjustment as well, like any pack, you don't want a small, medium or large, you want something one size fits all. There's an enormous range of adjustment here that can come right up to the top there if you like on those straps, so it'll fit anything from a small to an XXL. I think probably the Ballard's guys have got a little bit of work to do, because just to make this, you've got a system here whereby for a big guy you can string it right out and have it there. For anybody smaller, you can put it through a second loop here and bring it back that way, but what you do in doing so, you lose a lot of that elastic. So I think they probably can modify that a little bit. I actually run it in that position, but super comfortable as it is. The other thing, the bladder, all important. It is, I think, a TPU, got 100% no leak guarantee. Just one of the, nothing super special other than the fact it's a big opening. You can get in there, you can wash it easily, you can fill it easily. I think it's got some antibacterial thing. That doesn't matter to me, because I throw it straight in the freezer when I've washed it out and brought it home anyway. Little cool thing, obviously a little Velcro that sort of holds it up in place there. And a nice little touch is that they've added some insulation on here on the drinking hose. And you might not think it's a biggie, but when you think about it, most of the time you're taking a little swig, you're just swigging actually what's in the line, and typically that's what warms up. So you end up getting like a warm swig the whole time. So that's good bladder, and like I say, it's got no leak guarantee on the thing. And the other thing, man, I've got so many products sitting in my garage that I can't bring myself to get rid of, like whether they're enduro jackets or surfboard, surfboard bags or luggage or even gear bags where the zipper's bung or corroded, and the product is otherwise good to go for a number of years. So that's a bit of a bugbear of mine, that having zippers right, and fortunately Ballard's guys have got some really good zippers on these things. They're really free flowing. You got these little lanyards on them. You got a 2-way one in the main compartment, and then 1-ways on each of these ones, just not to complicate it, and just like these little tabs on it, just to make pulling the things a little bit easier. Any downsides? Well, actually they say there's 2.5 litres, so including that main compartment, so where I've got a pump and a few bits and pieces in there, and some other tools. So aside from that, with all these pockets, the Ballard's guys claim it's 2.5 litres, but you can carry I think 2.5 or 2 litres in that bladder itself. So I think with the stretchy factor, they're completely or selling themselves a little bit short. I think it feels like it's got about twice that capacity. It doesn't have on the outside a cargo, you know, those ones that have little shock cords, or just behind some clips you can just throw like a spray jacket in quickly. It doesn't have that. Interesting thing is, on one of my other packs, I had that recently. I ducked under some trees, and that's what caught and tore the thing to shreds. So you could argue that a little bit more of a streamline look like this is better. Only other little quibble, I guess, is that you know, you've got, I think, a fluff and a loop side on the Velcro, is that extends all the way up here. You really don't need that adjustment to there. So what happens is you get some sort of grass seed and bits and pieces caught in there. Not a biggie, you just have to pick the thing out. And the other thing, it's not available in 15 fabulous fashionable colours. It's only available in this black with a lovely little grey GT stripe on it. So, you know, I think for 80 bucks, it's you know, I dig the thing. I think it's I've watched it a couple of times. I think it's probably the best value for money hydration pack of this sort of volume and with these sort of features on the market at the moment. Can get the bladder separately for $25, which comes with that insulation tube as well.